The Conjuring Last Rites reveals first look brings franchise to a close. Well, not exactly. It does bring these two to a close. So, who started it all? So, yeah. So, anyway, yeah, they did this featurette. It's on YouTube. You can check it out. I'm not going to make it easy for you. It's more of them saying, well, they've been doing these since 2013, I think. And they're like, oh, man, I can't believe it's been this long and all that sort of stuff. And they're, well, we're having to say goodbye to each other. I can't believe I won't be working with them again. Blah, 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 all that. But you did get a few snippets of from the movie, like this one. She said, it's okay, honey. I'll still eat it. It's a disaster. The final chapter in the Warren story, The Conjuring Last Rites, hits theaters September 5th. It marks the end of a 12-year run for Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga as Ed and Lorraine Warren. This installment centers on the Smurf family. No, Smurl. Haunting and introduces the adult version of their daughter, Judy. Warner Brothers has released a first look at the final movie in the franchise with images and details. So there they are doing their lecture thing like they do in pretty much all the movies. And they're doing it again here, you know? Yeah. But for the last time. Yeah. Wilson and Farmiga are done with the Conjuring franchise. They're moving on with other projects. I wonder what else they'll do. Yeah. But their connection to each other and the series runs deep. Oh, really? You think these two... That would be kind of sweet, though, if they met on the set and they got married and all that, wouldn't it? But they're probably already married to someone else, Oh, damn, if only I'd known. Yeah, well. Their chemistry and shared history anchor Last Rites. Making it less about demons and more about closure, both for the characters and the actors. I think that's why when you say, can you imagine it being over? I actually can't imagine it really because of her, Wilson filled in ew.com. It really meant the world to me. I didn't think we'd be doing this for 12, 13 years. Normally you don't, Normally, the movie might be sort of okay. The second one sucks and it bombs and it's over. That's usually how that goes. Or the first one never makes it. And maybe years later, people look at it and think, it wasn't that bad. And you're like, yeah, well, that kind of thing. But no, this took off, Yeah. I only know this because I have a shirt from running a race in Wilmington. It says 2012, which is when we shot the first one. So, yeah, I get emotional. I can't imagine not doing a movie with her. No, they really did have a connection, didn't they? Anyway, set in 1986. I remember that year. Last Rites picks up 5 years after The Devil Made Me Do It. Ed and Lorraine are mostly retired. Still giving lectures, but no longer chasing spirits. They gave up the bottle, huh? Oh, you mean the demons. Until they get pulled back in to one of their most well-known cases, the haunting of the Smurl family in Pennsylvania. The Smurls reported years of intense supernatural activity in their home. This included everything from strange smells, ew, and ghostly voices, to physical assaults, ew. The case attracted national attention and plenty of skepticism. Well, yes. Last Rites dramatizes. Yeah. That's the whole thing. Hey, this is the true story of Ed and Lorraine. No, it isn't. It's just way cooler when you make stuff up and stuff, It just is. With Rebecca Calder and Elliot Cowan playing Janet and Jack Smurl, while the supporting cast rounds out the extended family. Yeah. Hey, look, it's Dr. Harley Quinn. Judy Warren, previously seen as a child, is now portrayed by Mia Tomlinson. Judy's role is central this time, not just as a character, but as an emotional anchor for the Warrens. Well, she's their daughter. She's introduced with her boyfriend, Tony. I bet Dad doesn't like Tony, played by Ben Hardy. which adds a meet the parents angle to the supernatural storyline. Oh, yeah. Her inherited psychic sensitivity from her mother raises the stakes and deepens the family dynamic. So Tony's got to get used to her psychic powers and stuff and wondering, I really want to keep dating this girl. But then they'll become the new Warrens, and that way the franchise can continue. So they'll go hunting demons and stuff, probably. The filmmakers decided against an over-the-top demon-filled finale. Instead, director Michael Chaves, or Chavez, maybe? I don't know. And producers James Wan and Peter Safran. Hey, he's the DC guy. And James Wan, he did Aquaman. And Patrick Wilson was Aquaman's brother. Anyway, they focused on a personal, character-driven story. It's not about bringing back every ghost in the franchise like an Avengers Endgame, which would be kind of funny if they did, though, Like they all break out of that room they keep all the demons in. Anyway, it's about reckoning with the past and what it means to let go. Flashbacks to a younger Ed and Lorraine, played by Orion Smith. Really? And Madison Lawler give context to their long relationship. At the same time, the movie reflects on parenthood, aging, and legacy. These ideas resonate through Judy's arc and the toll this life has taken on the Warrens. The beating heart of this franchise is Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson playing guess who? Ed and Lorraine, one who directed the first two films, told You.com. The family dynamic, the faith the characters have, and the faith they have in each other are really the things that drive this particular franchise. I do think that's what people love about it. Well, that and all the cool effects and creepiness and stuff, that's usually what you expect in a horror movie. At least for me and Peter Safran, it's really about finding a way to tell the stories of these characters and to wrap them up in a way that feels respectful to where we started with them. I guess that's Orion Smith. He kind of looks like Tom Holland, doesn't he? And I don't know who. Oh, she's the what was it? Madison Lawler. That's pretty good casting just from this. It's not that great of an image, but she does kind of look like she could grow up to be Vera Farmiga, So, yeah, pretty good casting. Anyway, though this is the end for the Conjuring movies, I don't think so. Because remember, they had all these spin-off movies that didn't even feature the Warrens. So they probably won't call it The Conjuring Part 3 or 4 or whatever, but it'll be something else. Like, The Nun, they did that. Then Annabelle, they did 3 of those, I think. And what the hell? There was the La Llorona or whatever. Stuff like that, They can do play. I think they're supposed to do a Crooked Man movie. So, yeah, that kind of thing. Anyway, Max is doing a streaming series set in the Conjuring universe. So there you go. No further details are available other than Juan and Safran are producing. There's also talk of future stories. Well, there you go. Future stories set in the Conjuring universe. But Wilson or Farmiga won't be part of them. Well, that's what I just said. Didn't you hear me? Anyway, New Line has teased that Last Rites is the end of Phase 1. Oh. So this is their end game. Yeah. Leaving the door open for a Phase 2. But for now, this movie is the last stand for the original characters. So I'm guessing, if any connection would continue, the daughter and her boyfriend will get married, and then they'll go ghost hunting and stuff. Not that the original daughter, the actual daughter of the Warrens went on to do that. But it doesn't matter because all of this is a fictionalized version of these people. So, Conjuring the Last Rites aims to end the saga on a thoughtful note, grounded in the same family themes that made the original film stand out. In 2013, well, it was the clapping hands in the dark that kind of did it, I went, like that. Yeah, that's more what today, But it helps that they liked each other and were nice and everything. Anyway, for the actors, it's a goodbye. For fans, it's a final chapter that ties the series back to its roots. Faith, fear, and family. Wow. See, it's more profound with the alliteration. Yeah, yeah. Which Marvel villain should appear in the MCU? He did. Mephisto. It's the only option. There, I voted. See? Where do I get my sticker that says, I voted today? I don't get one. It never shows me the results. Now I'll never know if it was worth anything. Yeah, who am I kidding? I know it wasn't. But anyway, I've enjoyed the Conjuring movies. I mean, they're pretty repetitive and all that. But yeah, I'll watch this one, you know, and probably the show. Yeah, probably the other ones. And okay, I'm a sucker.